Okay, just when you thought you heard it all, you really haven't. So let me set the table for you. We all have worked out at one time or another in our life. I know I have. I used to religiously. I was actually a competitive power lifter for several years until I got old and said, fuck it, I don't want to do it no more. Some people go for a run before work or go to the gym. Some do it after work. Most people do it to stay healthy, relieve stress, to look better. Some do it for ego. Look at me, I'm fucking jacked. You know, we've all seen them. But have you ever known or have you ever seen anything saying that working out was racist? Oh, I shit you not. Working out is racist, and it is part of white supremacy. Let me elaborate. An MSNBC article was published, written by columnist Cynthia Miller-Idris. She's an opinion columnist with MSNBC, and her opinion is that working out is the latest scheme from white supremacists to valorize violence and hypermasculinity on social media. And then she goes on to say that studies are claiming that white supremacists are recruiting new members by promoting fitness and positive physical changes before propagandizing them with white supremacist messaging. Oh, I'm not lying. MSNBC, you know it's the truth. Come on, man. That's as true as if you know this is true. You would see it on Facebook or MSNBC. It's the same thing. It's got to be the truth. She says that physical fitness was always a central part of Hitler's fixation with boxing and jiu-jitsu, believing they would help him create armies of millions of aggressive spirited and impeccably trained bodies. He had a love for working out, and although Hitler was a dictator, and we all know about Hitler, I don't want to get into that, but so I guess that's where she's basing her claim that working out is racist. And she goes on to cite several examples of white supremacist groups using mixed martial arts clubs to recruit members by concluding that opponents of racism need to understand their methods of recruitment. And I simply cannot believe that they have sunk this low to now come out and say working out is racist when we all know that millions of people every single day, 7 days a week, of every race, color, creed, religion, sexual orientation, everybody works out for the most part. But according to Miss Miller-Idris, oh no, working out is racist, and it's a white supremacy tool to recruit new members. I don't understand how that article was even able to be published. I don't understand how this news outlet can get away with posting such trash when other people are canceled and shut down and silenced for just claiming that the President of the United States is a buffoon, even though that's true. But MSNBC, being one of the most watched news outlets in the country, gets away with posting that. Posting an article for all to see, from young people to old people, that working out is racist. Now, are they hoping that people are going to see this and say, fuck that, I want to be a fat slob and stay home, I don't want to be a white supremacist, I'm going to eat all my meals at McDonald's every day and just be a couch sloth? Is that what they're hoping? I don't know, but you don't really hear about physical fitness and health in the news that much. Especially when the virus was around, they never really talked about getting in good physical shape and it could help you if you got sick. You never heard that. But I guess they just want you to eat Big Macs, cotton candy, potato chips, and then go about your daily lives. Because I don't understand how the morons at that agency would allow this person to even print that. Never mind write it. What are you thinking writing an article like that? And the Phil Heath, I don't know if you know who Phil Heath is. He's a 7-time Mr. Olympia winner. He's an African American and he's gigantic. And he basically said to MSNBC about this article, "Good job, you morons." Because is Phil Heath a white supremacist? He's black. Was Ronnie Coleman a white supremacist, Mr. Olympia? He's black. So if you look at a bodybuilding competition or any competition that has to do with your physique, just look at the people. They're white, they're African American, they're Asian. So I guess everybody, even black and Asian and Hispanic, some part of them inside, whether it's in their genes or maybe ancestors, some part of their being has to be white because they love working out, they love getting in shape, and they love showcasing their physique on a stage in competition. So there has to be a part of them that's a white supremacist. But this, again, is the country we live in. This is the kind of garbage that's printed or broadcast by mainstream media outlets, and everybody's okay with it. Everybody's okay with it. The person who wrote this was seriously believing that it's a scheme by white supremacists to recruit new members by telling them they can physically change their body in a positive way, make them healthier, make them live longer. But in the long run, they're going to ingrain in them their white supremacist message. This is where we're at in March of 2022. This coming from one of the most garbage-filled news agencies, in my opinion, in the country. And that's it. I had to come on and talk about this quickly. I can't believe I read it. I can't believe it's legitimate. And this is where we are. With all the problems we face in our daily lives, everybody has their own set of problems. With all the problems our country's facing, the world is facing, these bleeding heart, liberal, obviously, news people, journalists, they like to call themselves, are writing trash and they're calling it legitimate because there's studies that show that Hitler loved physical fitness, boxing, and jiu-jitsu. So if Hitler loved it, and now in today's day and age, it just carried over all these years. It came, I don't know where it came from. It must be in the water they're drinking. Must be in the water we're drinking. Anybody who goes to the gym, for whatever reason, it's not because you're trying to be healthy, or you're trying to look better, or you're trying to release stress. It's because deep down inside, you're a white supremacist. And that's all. End of story, end of rant. If you haven't already liked this video, please consider liking it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. And if you do, hit the notification bell and you'll be notified of another video up and coming. And if you go to the gym, just mind your business, because there may be people watching you and pointing the finger at you and saying you're in the training to be a white supremacist. And again, I don't care what color you are, what religion you are, what your gender is, what your sexual orientation is. If you go to the gym, you too, according to NBC and Miss Miller Idris, MSNBC, you too could be a white supremacist. Have a great night.